What's up, everyone? This is Matt Brosick, and this is part 3 of my reviews of what I got at Winterfest 2019. And this is the kit that was used in Jesse Garcia's grayscale class. So I've already started painting it, so it's not a bare kit, but I can still give you a review on it and kind of go over what we did in class. So like Mark Havoc and the Filmies Girls, Jesse puts out a great product. So let's take a look at what she looks like right now, as far as like what I got done in the class. Very large bust. I would say half scale. She's big, but done very nicely. So she's roughly packed. She was packed better, obviously, but she's been in and out of the box for the class. And the first thing we'll look at is the base, which is actually one of my favorite parts. The face is amazing, but the base is really cool. So we got this really cool base, and it's kind of reminiscent of like a velvet chair or couch. So I've seen it. Jesse has 2 paint up samples and he puts that on his table. One's a grayscale and one's a color one. Jim Capone did the grayscale version, and Saul Alvarez did his colored version, and they both did amazing jobs. You can look at, when I put the link down below to Jesse's Facebook page, you can look those up. But Saul did an amazing like color paint job on this. It made it look like red velvet, and just really done nicely. Super detailed. On the base, there's I don't see a mold line. Oh yeah, there's just very slightly. So in the class, Jesse did some basic prep for the class and basically spray painted everything and some black primer as a starting point. So you know, when you take a class, a lot of times they try to prep things for you, but it's a lot of work to prep, you know, 12 models or 30 models. So the idea of the class is not to have a finished piece, but to learn some techniques. So there's a little bit of cleanup that I need to do on this still, but it's very minimal. I mean, the mold line's I didn't even notice it till just now, and I've looked at this piece like a dozen times, but it's the first time I'm looking at it underneath spotlights. So there's the base, and then let's look at the actual head. So she may look a little wonky, but I was going for a very specific look on her. Let's see, come in a little tighter. So when I did this, my intent was to have it look like my light source is way up here, hitting her from her top left, which I've gotten that pretty successfully. So I'm actually really happy with where my skin is. So I'm gonna try to seal this where she is and finish the rest of the prep on her, because I really like my skin so far. I'm really happy with that. And that part actually didn't take too long. I think in the class I got to this point on the skin within 2 hours, or you know, less than that. What took so long was going in and doing the eyes and hand painting that stuff. But as far as the quality of the piece, is really nice. Again, Jesse did a little bit of prep, but not all the way. But that's not a knock against him. It's just, it is what it is because it's for the class. So basically, we're getting this the way you get out of the box. A little bit of cleanup here for the mold line, and the main cleanup is in the hair. And the hair is always a pain in the ass, just because you have to kind of get in there with sanding paper and stuff. But it's not bad, you know. At least the hair it's big enough, and it's not super finely detailed. So I think maybe 30 or 40 minutes with some sandpaper in between the strands there, I can get that cleaned up. But the sculpt is phenomenal. I don't know the sculptor's name, unfortunately, and the casting quality is very good. I'm actually, one thing I'm really happy with this so far is my eyes. Now they're not done, but they're hand painted, and I suck at eyes, guys. So I did this, and so my goal is, I think, is I'm gonna mask off the eye. Actually, just mask off the whole face, because I really like my skin. Finish the prep work on the hair. I'm gonna seal it really good. Because they didn't have any dull coat. He had some of his own top coat, but it's a water-based. Sorry about the dog. But it's water-based, so it's not really good for a sealer. It's good for a top coat, but not for a sealer. Like if I couldn't go in and fix things. But I'm going to give her a really good coat, really several good coats of dull coat or flat coat to really seal that skin in. And then I'm going to mask it all off, and then I'm going to do my cleanup and stuff. Because the skin is like, I feel like I'm like 95% there on the skin. I really like the look I'm getting. That really harsh highlight here. And also with the class, which I forgot to bring over here. So this is a review of the bust and what you get in the class. But let me finish up with the bust first on what the quality of this piece is. Really nice. So really nice, and it has a hand. And I think I may go back and redo the hand. And the hand kind of, and it's got a little marred up here because again I didn't really have a chance to seal it properly. The hand plugs in right like this and just sits against her chest. So it's not going to stay, I got to hold it. But I don't want to mess up the piece too much, but really, really beautiful sculpt. And I'm not a classic horror fan, but when I found out that this was the piece in the class that Jim Capone was doing it, I signed up immediately. So the hand needs to be redone, but it won't be too hard to duplicate what I got going on here paint wise, because I know all the steps I took to get here. But I'm really proud about my eyes. They're actually round and they're the same shape, which is pretty amazing for me. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. They're not done yet. I just have the white part. 1 second. Coco, shut up! Sorry. Kids! Take care of Coco! Welcome to another video. Go let him outside very quickly, please. I'm trying to do a video. So, welcome to me yelling at my kids and my dogs again. Do something with them because I'm trying to do a video. So they need to go outside or do something. So yeah, great kit. And as far as like the cleanup on the piece, like I try to go through and do some more cleanup on the hand here with my X-Acto knife, but I need to go actually sand it more and round it up. I ended up flattening out the hand a little bit by scraping it. I shouldn't have scraped it. I should use sandpaper, so not the end of the world. So a little more cleanup there. A great piece. Highly recommended if you're into this kind of subject matter. So the review of the kit's awesome. I'd give it like an 8.5 out of a 10 just because of the additional cleanup I got to do. Maybe a 9. But great sculpt, great casting, nicely done. And then in the class it also included some brushes. So Jesse's a new U.S. distributor of this brand name. I've never heard of them. Colibri. I think they're German. So I have mixed feelings on the brushes, to be honest. I know my buddy Floyd Bazin was not happy with them. He's getting a lot of split ends and stuff as he's using them. I think, again, I don't use really high quality brushes because I'm so hard on them. I was getting split ends on mine too. I think if I clean them properly and put some brush conditioner on them, they'll probably end up being okay. But they're right here. But you get a nice set of brushes with the class too, so you get like 2, 4, 6, 7 brushes. So those came with the class. The only thing I wish I would have had, was like a number 2 brush, maybe, or not number 2, but like a nice big flat brush, because I like to hand paint my hair. I don't like to. It's just what I like to do. And then the class also included a set of his black and white color range of paints, which I already own these, so I bought them a while ago. But again, Jesse's paints are amazing. So you get 2 sets. It's a cool set and a warm set. Now she's done in the warm set, which she actually looks pretty cool, but she's actually done in the warm set of grays. The cool set have a very definite blue tinge to them. What you get, I'm going to lay them all out here. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 6. And these are all semi-transparent, so when you're doing this, the only solid colors are the black, and I don't even know if this is a solid white. 3, 4, 7, 5. Jet black. 1, 2. And these are his new larger bottles, so you're getting more paint. Transparent jet black. Okay, so let me zoom out so you can see what I got here. Okay, so in the class you got the 2 sets of grayscale, and then you get a jet black, which is solid black, a transparent jet black, and a transparent pure white. So each set contains 7 paints plus these, so you're getting 17 bottles of paint, and they're the larger bottles. These are the older bottles, so they're large. You get more I'm not sure what the fluid ounce is. This is 1 fluid ounce, and this is, does it say on here? Well, it says 1 fluid, oh, it's the older label though. It's got an older label, but you're getting more paint. So the class was like 250 bucks. Well, the bus sells for, I think, 200. And then this set, right here, if you were to go buy the bus and the paints, you're already paying more than 250. So the bonus is, not only do you get a really badass bust and some really nice paints, but then you get a class taught by Jim Capone. Jesse brought lunch in, which was really cool. The previous class I took at Winterfest, they didn't bring lunch in. He brought some pizzas in, that way we could keep working instead of taking like an hour break and going somewhere, which is great. So that was, the class was awesome. So this is a review of the piece and the class. So I would highly recommend taking a class given by Jesse Garcia if he offers it again. So yeah, so that's what you get. You get the bus is awesome. You get the paints, you get the brushes. It's a very good experience, and I'm happy I took it. So props to you, Jesse, for an amazing class, an amazing piece, and all this awesome stuff you do. And a huge props for Jim Capone being there and lending his time and expertise. There's another guy there, and I totally forgot his name. I'm so sorry. I forgot the other gentleman was there that was also helping with the class. It was the first time I'd met him, so again, I really apologize. I'm looking up on Facebook and try to give him a post or a shout out. But he was super helpful also with, you know, he had his finished piece there, Jim had his finished piece there, and then Jesse also had the colored version done by Saul Alvarez as go-bys. But yeah, but for 7.5 hours worth of work, this is pretty damn good. I mean, like I said, I'm real happy with how my skin's looking. Super stoked with that. And it was pretty relatively, there's not a whole lot of like going in with fine details, all basically sprayed in one direction, just starting with the darkest color and building your way up. I did go in and just hit a couple of little highlights a little bit more. The hand needs to be redone. It's beat up and stuff, but it's not quite as bright as I'd like it. I'm gonna make it a little bit brighter. But my whole goal was to have my light source right here. So really dramatic coming down. There were a couple guys doing an uplight, which looked really dramatic too. I like that. But yeah, for the amount of time I got on her, I'm pretty happy with it. I do see one little spot here on the lip where I gotta try to maybe touch it up a little bit, but we'll see. If not, I'll just start over, because the skin is actually the easy part on this, because you're not dealing with colors, you're just dealing with tonal values. What took me the longest was hand painting the lips and the eyes. You know, they're not done there, but they're just kind of the initial base coat. But yeah, great piece, great class, and super happy I took it. So that's it for this video. As always, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one. Thanks. Catch you next time. Bye.